The Zalthrine scrap dealer's tentacles waved dismissively at the battered freighter sitting in Bay 47. "Take it." Kurthox gurgled through his translator. "Worthless human junk. The fuel reservoir is cracked, the hull is scarred, and the navigation system is 50 cycles out of date." Eva Chun stood beside her partner Oliver Martinez, both of them staring at what might be their only ticket off this forsaken trading station. They'd lost everything when their previous ship was impounded for irregular documentation. A polite way of saying the Galactic Council didn't appreciate humans operating independently in their space. "How much?" Oliver asked, his hand instinctively moving to his nearly empty credit chip. "K, sure." Eye stalks rotated in what they'd learned was the Zalthrine equivalent of laughter. "Nothing. Free. Just take it away before it contaminates my premium inventory. Those human vessels leak radiation like a dying star." Eva exchanged a glance with Oliver. In the 3 years since humanity had stumbled into galactic civilization, they'd learned that free usually meant catastrophically broken. But beggars couldn't be choosers. "We'll take it," Eva said firmly. 20 minutes later, they were inside the cramped cockpit, running diagnostics. The ship groaned and creaked like an ancient Earth vessel, but the core systems flickered to life one by one. "He wasn't wrong about the fuel reservoir," Oliver muttered, studying the readouts. "There's a massive crack in the primary containment chamber. We've got maybe enough juice for one jump, 2 if we're lucky." Eva pulled up the ship's registration. The SS Defiance. Former Earth colonial fleet, decommissioned in 2247. That makes her almost 80 years old. She paused, her fingers dancing across the console. "Wait, this can't be right." "What?" "According to these logs, this ship was part of the first contact fleet. She was there when humanity met the Zalthrine Collective." Ava's voice dropped to a whisper. "Oliver, this ship witnessed history." Oliver leaned closer, scanning the ancient files. "Looks like she served for 40 years before being sold off as surplus. Bounced around between a dozen owners, each one running her harder than the last." He shook his head. "Poor girl. She deserved better." "Let's give her one more voyage," Eva said, her voice thick with emotion. "One more chance to fly." They launched from the station with barely a whimper from the engines. The Defiance shuddered and rattled, but she flew. Eva plotted a course for the fringe territories, where humans had established independent colonies beyond the Council's immediate reach. 3 hours into their journey, alarms blared. "The fuel reservoir is failing faster than projected," Oliver reported, his fingers flying across the engineering console. "We need to land now, or we'll be drifting dead in space. Nearest planet is Helios 4, but it's a Zalthrine mining world." "They won't be happy to see us?" Eva said. "Do we have a choice?" They didn't dot as they made their emergency descent. The fuel reservoir finally gave way completely. Oliver rushed to the engine room, determined to manually seal the leak before toxic fuel flooded the compartments. What he found made him stop dead dot behind the cracked reservoir panel. Hidden in a maintenance shaft that shouldn't exist was a sealed container. Oliver's hands trembled as he pulled it free. The markings were an old Earth military code. "Eva, get down here." When Eva arrived, Oliver had the container open on the workbench. Inside were data cores, dozens of them, each labeled with coordinates and dates from humanity's first decades in space. "Are those?" Eva breathed. "Star charts," Oliver confirmed, his voice shaking. "Complete surveys of every system humanity explored in the early contact period. But look at these notations." He pulled up one of the files on a portable reader. "Element deposits, habitable zones, strategic resources." "Eva, these are worlds the Council told us were uninhabitable or claimed. But according to these surveys, they're perfect for human colonization." Ava's mind raced. The Council has been lying to us, keeping humanity bottled up in our designated sectors while they kept the best real estate for themselves. Oliver finished. Someone on this ship knew. Someone hid this information, hoping it would be found. They stared at each other, the implications washing over them like a tidal wave. Humanity had been deliberately constrained, told they were lucky to have the few systems they'd been granted when dozens of ideal worlds had been withheld. "We need to get this information home," Eva said. "To the colonies, to Earth, to everyone." "The reservoir's completely shot," Oliver reminded her. "We're not flying anywhere." Eva smiled grimly. "Then we transmit. Broadcast these files on every frequency we can manage. Let the whole galaxy know what the Council has been hiding." Oliver returned her smile. "They're going to be furious. Let them be." Eva moved to the communications station. Humanity didn't claw its way to the stars just to be told where we can and cannot go. It's time they remembered that. As the Defiance settled onto the rocky surface of Helios 4, its ancient transmitters, the one system that still worked perfectly, began broadcasting the hidden archives across the sector. Within hours, human colonies would have the data. Within days, the entire galaxy would know. The Zalthrine had called the ship worthless. They'd been catastrophically wrong. The Defiance had carried humanity's secret hope for 80 years, waiting for the right moment, the right people, to reveal her treasure dot. Eva patted the bulkhead gently. "Good girl," she whispered. "You've done humanity proud." Outside, Zalthrine security forces were already approaching. But it didn't matter anymore. The secret was out. Humanity would have its reckoning with the Galactic Council, and it would be on human terms. The Defiance might never fly again, but her final mission was complete. And that, Eva thought, was worth everything. End.